Hello, Happiness Abounder, and welcome back. Today, I want to talk about something that I think is crucial, foundational to self leadership and any other type of leadership that you may encounter in your life, whether it's leading your family, leading others at work, but ultimately, this is a foundational piece of self leadership that can transform the way that you walk through your life. So, that said, what is it? It's one of my favorite topics, and that is emotional management. Now, that does not mean that you will never be unhappy or never have any negative emotions ever again. What it means, and part of self leadership, is understanding that you can have positive and negative emotions. But what you need to do is manage both sides of the spectrum so that you can manage and work through the negative emotions to swing back faster to the more positive side of the pendulum. So, emotional management. How is that relatable to self leadership? Well, of course, I have a story about this. In fact, I have several. You may or may not know, but holy cow, did I need emotional management several years ago. Any little thing would set me off. Like anything. Minor inconvenience, it was a mess. In fact, I remember one time I did a tablescape, which is decorating a table. Some of you may also know that I used to be a wedding planner in a past couple years ago life and ran my own business for several years. And so I was doing a tablescape on my personal table, and I was pretty pleased with it. It was a little bit of a different style than what I normally did. And I can't remember exactly what my husband said, but it wasn't negative, it wasn't bad, but I took it that way. And I ended up losing my cool and picking up one of the bowls that I had on the table and throwing it as hard as I could at the ground and shattering it. Should I also mention that he had a friend over at this time? So not only did I lose my cool and have this ultimate temper tantrum over him saying something like, what if you moved this here on this table? But I also did it in front of somebody. So I look like this crazy glass throwing jerk of a wife who can't take any feedback about a tablescape. It was a mess. And I have several stories that are just like this. But I wasn't aware of emotional management. All I knew was that I was instantly angry at the drop of a hat, and it didn't matter what it was. Somebody cuts me off, ruins my day. Husband says something about maybe adjusting something on the table, lose my cool. Being minorly inconvenienced because we are out of peas in the freezer, World War III. It was, for lack of a better word, crazy how emotionally out of control and unmanaged I was. And here's the thing, and here's how it connects to self leadership. I was letting my emotions run and lead me. I didn't know how to handle them, I didn't know how to manage them. I let everything get out of control, and then I felt out of control. I felt I had no control or leadership in my own life, which then led to feeling like I had no direction, and no direction means I have no purpose, and if I have no purpose, I have no confidence, I have no ability to think that I'm capable of being able to accomplish anything because my emotions are running my life. And then I don't necessarily believe that I'm capable of changing my life. But all of that goes in reverse the second I learn that I can manage my emotions and I can lead who I want to be, I can lead my life, and I can lead the direction I want to go. So, when I say that emotional management is a crucial foundation to self-leadership, I have lived it. I have breathed it. I have eaten it. I have slept it. I fully believe that emotional management is a core foundational piece to self-leadership and to happiness. So that said, a couple of things. First and foremost, before I dive into a few quick tips about emotional management, I want to invite you to go to happinessabound.com and click on courses. I actually have a new upcoming emotional management class on August 31st. That does not mean you have to wait till August 31st. I have a video replay of my last class and would be happy to share that with you. But if you want to wait and have the newest, latest, and greatest of the class, then on August 31st, there will be a in-person training as well as a live video training of the same class, and or there's a video replay if August 31st does not work for you. What I'm saying is there are options to attend my Emotional Management for Happiness class if emotional management and regulation is something that you feel you need in your life. Do not let the date or the time stop you from being able to take this class. So if it resonates with you, again, go to happinessabound.com, click on courses, sign up for Emotional Management for Happiness, and indicate if you want to come to the class on the 31st or if you want to attend the live video replay or the live video or the online replay. And after August 31st, I will get that to you as soon as possible. So do not let your location, do not let your time zone, do not let the day that you are going on vacation stop you from learning everything you need to learn about emotional management as a foundational piece of self-leadership and happiness. So that's it. Again, happinessabound.com, go to courses, click on Emotional Management for Happiness, and check it out. So that's it. A couple of tips for emotional management when it comes to self-leadership. First and foremost, acknowledging your emotions. I know it sounds simple, but here is the thing. When I was in these rage storms of emotion, I didn't want to acknowledge I was angry. In fact, I wanted to blame everybody else. I'm angry because you said something about my plates. Are you kidding me? I look back at that time and I'm like, oh my goodness. And also the friend who was there actually is still a friend and I hope thinks I'm a decent person and doesn't remember my crazy streak. But that said, I didn't want to acknowledge that I was angry. I didn't want to pull back the blanket of what was actually underneath the anger, which was insecurity, which was fear, worry, anxiety. I didn't want to pull back the blanket and acknowledge those things. So it was easier to be angry and then pretend that my anger was everyone else's fault. So the first thing I want to talk to you about for emotional management for self-leadership is really identifying, calling your emotions out. And that's easily done by saying, I feel angry because, and then start to identify the reasons why. And don't take that first one because that's a surface level reason. Dive deep. And that's when you get to, I'm angry because I'm actually really insecure because this is the tablescape that I haven't tablescape type I haven't done before. And he said I should move something and holy cow, that means I'm terrible at this and I'm a horrible person and now I'm going to throw the dish and now I'm a really horrible person. Like, oh my gosh, the mind, the thoughts that would go crazy and the stories I would tell myself. But you get where I'm going with this. So that's a foundational piece of the foundational piece of emotional management. Being able to identify and actually acknowledge the emotions you are having. Do not suppress them any longer. Now that does not mean that you go out and you tell your husband, look, it's your fault that I threw the dish because you were mad at me and I'm feeling angry at you because. No. You identify why you feel angry. You identify it for yourself and then you let that go. So that's what I'm going to share with you for emotional management today because it is a short but very impactful piece of emotional management and self-leadership. If you would like to learn more, specifically a method to help you transform your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your results, a few methods for that expression instead of suppression, and a few methods and exercises to use to empower yourself for more positive emotions more quickly, I really want to encourage you to check out the Happiness Abound Emotional Management for Happiness class. So again, go to happinessabound.com, click on courses, and sign up today. Foundational for self-leadership. And I've seen this in leadership in so many capacities since learning this for myself. So if you are in a leadership role in any capacity, highly recommend attending for that as well. So that said, identify and acknowledge your emotions, take those steps towards self-leadership, sign up for the class, and above everything else, remember, you are capable of happiness abound.